morning, everybody. Thanks for joining in. I want to talk for a few minutes about the story that's coming up again. It's rearing its head again, and that's about the availability of Lamar Jackson, or the possibility of it. The last few days, I've been seeing it come up more and more that the Ravens and Lamar are far away from getting a contract signed, a fully guaranteed contract signed. The last time I saw it, it was somewhere in the range of $100 million apart. That's quite a lot. You know, it'll be even hard to come to a middle point there. Somebody's going to have to give quite a bit in order to come up to it. So let me just give you a little bit of background on what's been going on here. A couple of weeks or so ago, John Harbaugh, the head coach of the Baltimore Ravens, he was in a press conference and someone had asked him about Lamar, because that's the big story there, just like our big story is what are the Jets going to do. And he unequivocally said 200% Lamar is going to be a Baltimore Raven. As a matter of fact, a story came out a couple days later that he was even going to be involved in the hiring of their new offensive coordinator. So the stories of Lamar being available and this offseason, everything kind of drifted off, kind of went away, and the focus went to Aaron Rodgers more or less. Well, now the last few days, it's been coming out now that they're not too close to a contract situation to resolve this whole problem they're having. So the stories are coming back up again. And that's why I want to make a video on here. And I wanted to see what everybody thinks. What's the possibility, the reality, I should say, of the Jets acquiring Lamar Jackson if in the event he comes available? So there's a couple of different ways here I think that this could happen. It's going to be expensive either way for whatever team is even thinking about it. Now, Lamar Jackson's going to be an unrestricted free agent here. I think next week, March 5th, 6th, something like that. I can't remember what it is. But it's in that general area. Now, that means that if they don't put a franchise tag on him or have a contract, he can go talk to anybody he wants. But everybody kind of knows that's not going to happen. They're going to slap some kind of tag on him or something. Now, if they don't come up with a contract for Lamar by then, here are the options that can possibly happen. The Ravens can actually just say, you know what, we'll just trade you. You don't want to be here. We're not going to pay you all that money. Because it's reported that he's looking for a Deshaun Watson type deal, which is in excess of the $230 million guaranteed money for a 5 years contract. So that's what Lamar wants. But anyway, the Ravens could say, you know what, we're just not going to do that. We just can't come to something that's going to be equal for both teams. For both sides, we'll just trade you. Which I think would probably be the least likely, because a trade for Lamar Jackson right straight up is going to cost 2, maybe 3 first-round picks. There might be players involved. I just don't think that's the scenario, but it could happen. That's a possibility. The second one is the Ravens can slap the franchise tag on, the exclusive franchise tag, which means he's a Baltimore Raven. He can't talk to other teams. Other teams can't talk to him. He's an exclusively a Raven, but the Ravens do still have the opportunity. They could talk a trade with it. The ball would be in their court if they were to put the exclusive franchise tag on Lamar. And the other option would be if they put the non-exclusive franchise tag on Lamar Jackson, which means is that he could still talk to other teams. And say, let's use the Jets for an example. Say the Jets say, okay, we'll give you your 5-year, $230 million guaranteed money, no problem. The Ravens would have the opportunity to match that contract to keep him in Baltimore. If they said, no, we're not going to do that, you guys can have him, then the Ravens would get 2 first-round picks, and Lamar can go sign with the Jets or whomever maybe makes that deal. That is also, I don't think is going to happen, because why not just try to trade him in the open market and get a couple first round picks for him? You'd actually get less. You could probably get more if you trade him on the open market. So my idea here is that they're probably going to give the franchise tag, the exclusive franchise tag. The problem with that, though, I see, is that if Lamar really wants to play hardball, he could say, okay, fine, I'm not showing up. I'm not showing up to practices. I'm not showing up to OTAs. I'm not coming to a game, a preseason, nothing. He could just not show up to the facility, which opens up a whole another ugly can of worms. And eventually the NFL starts to fine you. And you know what I mean? You may have the fan base turn a little bit against you, or they turn against the team, and it just makes an ugly situation. So I don't know how that's going to turn out. the last point I want to make is, what would teams really be willing to give up for Lamar Jackson? Do you think the Jets should give up 2, 3 first-round picks for Lamar Jackson? You have to remember also, too, that the last couple of seasons, Lamar hasn't finished the season out. He's been injured. I think that's a concern for the Ravens, and it should be a concern for other teams as well. Because Lamar he's a great quarterback. He's an awesome athlete, a great player. But at the end of the day, Lamar Jackson is really known for his running. He can run and deke you out and make you look stupid. But these kind of running quarterbacks, the longevity is always questionable, because when you look at the quarterbacks that are lasting years, you got the Brady's, Rodgers, even Patrick Mahomes in his early career. He runs when he has to. All quarterbacks do, but his play is not focused on that. Whereas at Lamar's case, I believe that his play is focused on running. The team is geared around him running. They have designed run plays specifically for him to run, because he's so awesome at it, so good at it. So I think that maybe worries teams. Like, we're going to give this guy $230 million guaranteed money, and he takes a shot on the sideline, and he's out. He's out. He might be done. Unfortunately, that's happened to quarterbacks in the past. RG3 for one. I used to love watching him play, but he was always just one hit away from being on the sideline, and that can happen, and it's a good possibility. So I think that scares teams away from giving up all that money, and possibly that's what's wrong with the Ravens, because he's already there. If they believe he's that guy, why are they so reluctant to give him this big contract that he wants? There's got to be something there that we maybe don't know. The Ravens are a good, solid organization. They always have been. So it's got to throw a red flag to you. Like, why are they so unwilling to cough up the money that this guy wants? Because this is the going. Guys are getting big money like this. And I think even the exclusive tag is somewhere in north of $45 million this year, somewhere in that area. So that's not too bad money, but for some reason, they don't want to commit to a full guaranteed contract. And it's got to make you kind of wonder, and it should make other teams wonder that as well. So leave a comment in the comment section below. Let me know what you guys think. What would be good trade compensation for Lamar Jackson? What do you think would be fair? A couple of first-round picks, more if you throw a few players in there. And do you think the Jets, would it be worth it for them to say, hey, here's all the guaranteed money, and we're just going to cross our fingers and hope you don't take a shot, and you're done, and your career would be finished, or we'd lose you for half the season, or something like that. Change the way you have to play. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. And if you like the channel, please hit the subscribe button. It helps to grow the channel. And when I get some news or anything else comes out, whether it's Aaron Rodgers, Lamar Jackson, whatever it is, I'll try to get on here and give it to you right away, give you my thoughts, my views, and I always look forward to hearing what your comments and what you think when it comes to topics like this. So thank you for listening, and have a great day.